Kaugnay ng mga napinsalang makasaysayang simbahan sa Bohol at Cebu. Makakapanayam natin si Joel Aldor, Heritage Documentation Specialist at nagtatag ng Project Kisame. Magandang umaga, Joel.
Magandang umaga.
So matagal ka na nag-document. This is stills photography. Ano? Kinukunan mo ng litrato.
Yes, I started this whole personal advocacy since 2008. To date, I've documented more than 400 plus churches around the Philippines. And
Pero nag-focus ka sa Bohol din.
Yes. When I first went to Bohol back in 2011, I started to go around Bohol and napansin ko talaga, namangha ako sa mga pinta sa kisame, sa simbahan.
Tulad nito, yung nakikita natin ngayon. Kuha mo to?
Yes.
Okay, so talagang maayos yung mga kuha mo, no? You really took a lot of care in shooting the ceilings. Madetalye, yung mga... These are paintings, basically.
Yes, these paintings were done during the American era. These are done by Cebuano painters, Raimundo Francia and Carlos Abela.
Saan naman to? Sa Dawis?
Yes, that's in Dawis. That's a dome. And it shows, most of them was mga pinta about biblical narratives, mga Catholic traditions.
Ganda, madetalye, no?
Yeah.
And ano yung nangyari sa yung Dawis? Nakita natin sa report ni Jessica na meron pang natitirang kisame. Pero itong Baclayon, mukhang nag-collapse na yung ceiling, no? Yung marami sa kanila nag-collapse na yung ceiling.
Yeah, that's the thing with this earthquake. A lot of them have been damaged, and although we have a good preliminary documentation ng mga photos ng mga kisame, it will take some time to rebuild and restore these paintings, and it may not be the original one as what was before.
Pero itong Project Kisame ninyo ni Architect Villalon, no? This is not a finished project. May plano ka pang bumalik doon at tapusin itong pagdo-document ng mga kisame dito sa mga makasaysayang simbahan, and so basically hindi mo na magagawa yun.
Well, we've been preparing this project since 2011. I started this as a personal project to document all church ceiling paintings, not only in Bohol but in the rest of the whole country. To date, I have documented more than 60 churches with extensive ceiling art. And we are trying to get some funding with the government to do a comprehensive documentation project on all these paintings, first in the Visayas area by next year. But, well, with the wake of this whole tragedy, things and the plans may seem to change.
So, when this happened, anong naging reaction mo?
Well, I was meeting some friends to prepare some plans for Project Kisame for the end of the year, and then I was on my way to meeting my friends that morning when I started to read tweets on Facebook and Twitter. May earthquake down in Mindol, may earthquake sa Bohol. I suddenly got I got so worried, and then the first picture of the destroyed Church of Lubok, doon na talaga ako nalumo. So instead of meeting them, I just went in a coffee shop and started to get updates, and every minute or so na dumaan, more and more pictures keep coming up on Facebook and Twitter. It really depresses us, not just me, but the whole heritage community in the Philippines. Because like
passion nyo to eh. This is not, you're not being paid to do all of this. Personal advocacy nyo to.
Yes, it's just that I focus on this particular religious artifact of our ecclesiastical heritage, and we are a community of heritage advocates, and it's like a concerted effort of both the government and the and the private sector.
So bakit kailangan gawin itong pagdodokumento ng art sa loob ng simbahan? Bakit kailangan pahalagahan?
The big problem right now with most of us is that kulang tayo sa appreciation ng Philippine heritage sa pagpapahalaga. So importante talaga na madokumenta natin ang lahat ng mga makasaysayang lugar habang nandiyan pa sila, so that if ever may mangyari masama sa mga heritage sites na ito, meron tayong basehan. If ever na may plano tayong ma-restore, kasi
well, this is just one example of that. Na bago kayo bago natapos itong proyekto nyo, nangyari nga ito.
Yeah,
This is the reason why kailangan gawin yung ginagawa nyo na tapusin talaga yung pagdodocument. Kasi who knows, anytime magkaroon ulit ng lindol, we are an earthquake-prone country, kahit anong simbahan sa Pilipinas siguro, pwedeng maging ganito yung fate niya.
It's fortunate that I was able to do a more, more covered documentation. And that's why we want to do an even bigger documentation project by next year.
Ano yung sanang priority church nyo sa Bohol o sa Cebu?
Well, the churches in Cebu and Bohol, most of them are declared national cultural treasures. So, by mandate of the government, they will be given priority funding for any restoration work.
So lahat ng simbahan sa Bohol?
Well, in fact,
ano yung paborito mo?
Well, my favorite really is in Loon.
Loon pa yung totally destroyed. Walang natira. Kasi yung ibang simbahan na nakita natin, halimbawa yung Lobok, ay may makikita ka pang natitirang fasad, o yung sa ibang simbahan din, ganun din. Pero yung Loon, ang nakita lang natin, bato. A pile of stones.
Yes.
Yung pa yung paborito mo. Bakit yun ang naging paborito mo?
Well, it's not only the largest church in the whole island of Bohol. It also has a very personal. It has a personal connection to me because that was the very first church that adopted me on my very first night when I went to Bohol.
Okay. So may personal attachment ka doon. So anong ginagawa ng gobyerno lalo't napinsala itong mga simbahan?
Yeah, like I said earlier, there is a we have the RA 166 or the National Heritage Act, which will allot priority funding for churches that are declared national cultural treasures. Most of the churches in Cebu and Bohol are declared such, like Lubok, Baclayon, Loon, Maribohok, and Loay na nakikita ngayon sa media. So we are trying to to do a we're trying to put up an emergency project to assess everything and assess the extent of the damage, and then later on come up with a plan to rehabilitate these.
Yung ibang simbahan, it's not just rehabilitation. You really have to rebuild it, no? Like yung sa Loon, it's totally destroyed. Hindi lang to repair.
But the good
thing, really you have to build from scratch.
Well, the good thing is that in the previous years, several agencies and even architects have already did a complete architectural survey of these paintings. It's actually required to document them before they're even declared national cultural treasures. Okay. So we could use those data that we already did to use them as a reference to rebuild. It's, after all, that's the science of heritage restoration.
So ikaw mismo, you're going to Bohol, no? Kailan ka pupunta?
Well, after this interview, I'm going straight to the airport.
Today, from here, pupunta ang airport, and then ano yung mission mo doon?
Well, I'm joining Task Force Heritage. It's a group that will be composed of people from NCCA and National Museum and the CBCP Permanent Committee on Cultural Heritage of the Church, and the key people from both the Diocese of Tagbilaran and Talibon, and several heritage advocates. We're trying to go around Bohol for the next few days to well, sakay kami siguro sa habal-habal because it's going to be very hard.
So mag-a-assess kayo and you're going to...
Well, we'll take photo documentations of all these, of all the
At kung may
damage.
natitira pang kisame, kukunan nyo yun. Siyempre, habang nandun pa. Because ang problema ngayon dahil sa aftershocks, no? Unti-unti rin nasisira yung mga natitirang gusali.
Yes. Well, we're not just focusing on the on the churches and ceiling art. It's also important we also document as well the the non-declared heritage sites na hindi alam ng mga tao because they're still part of the overall cultural heritage of Bohol. So we're going to the far-flung areas. We don't know what other churches in, say, Hagna or in Abanga or in Talibon or in Anda have been destroyed as well. So, and these are the areas or the towns that were not shown yet on media. So we want to go around and take pictures and map them. In fact, we have some volunteers from Google Developers Group in Cebu who will be coming over and join us to go around and map these heritage sites and put them on Google Maps to to collate the information on the damage of all these heritage sites, including fortifications, ancestral houses, and the old bridges. We want to document everything. So that's why we are launching this social media movement called #Project Bohol, so that everyone will be updated through social media on the activities of both the government and the heritage community on all these documentation and rehabilitation.
So magkakaroon ng live updates dun sa #Project Bohol. Galing mismo sa'yo siguro.
Yes.
Kung ano yung nakikita nyo, and then you're gonna be posting photos.
Yes.
And then describing yung damage and kung ano pa yung natitirang art doon sa
Yes.
ganda ng simbahan.
It's good that we, since we're very much active with social media, posting pictures of all the damage, we might as well, use social media and use it to our advantage to collate all the necessary information and present them in one big data that we could give to the proper agencies. And then later on, these data, which will be very, very valuable for the National Museum, NCCA, and all the concerned agencies to use them for reference on what are the priority sites that has to be restored or have to be rebuilt using government funding.
Okay. Well, good luck sa inyong mission at mag-ingat kayo dahil sa aftershocks may safety issues pa rin hanggang ngayon sa Bohol.
Yeah.
Maraming salamat, Joel Aldor, Heritage Documentation Specialist at nagtatag ng Project Kisame.
Thank you.
#Project Bohol. Thank you.